Namaskar, everyone. Today we are going to start spreadsheet, that is the fourth unit in your part B. In this electronic spreadsheet, technical requirement will be Excel. Okay, we are going to learn few features of Excel and how to do practically in this particular software application. Excel comes in an office suite, which is Microsoft Office suite. Okay, most of the computers you generally find it in them. If not, then it cannot be downloaded by default. If you are not able to use it, if you are not able to download it, what you can do is you can just go for Google Sheets. Okay, it gives you an online platform of using the spreadsheets. More or less, the you will find a platform where you can apply these things, which I'm going to tell you in this chapter. So the learning outcomes of this particular unit will be: number one, we'll learn how to create a spreadsheet. Then we'll learn how to enter and edit text in a spreadsheet. Spreadsheets are meant to be used for calculations, used for entering the numeric data, because it is a tabular kind of structure and we are going to put data inside it. Now that data can be your numbers, text, or the formulae. So here in this unit we are going to learn how to enter, and you are going to edit that data that you have entered, and data will be text. Next, we are going to see how we can format the data in a spreadsheet. Because beta, in a spreadsheet, we have to enter a lot of things. It can be a date, okay, it can be currency sometimes, because Excel is the most widely used spreadsheet software. So being as a teacher or as a student, we are using it for the basic purposes. But this particular application is also used in the offices, in the in the businesses. So we have to see that how we can format the data spreadsheet. Then we have to see that whenever we are applying a formula, how can we copy that formula in different cells, so that the sometimes if we want formula to be changed, then it will change, and sometimes it will not change. So these all concepts we are going to cover under references. Okay, and in the last, we are going to see that whenever we are done with the calculations, copying of the formula, formatting the data, etc., we have to sum up the data into some pictorial representation, that is the charts. So in this chapter, we are going to learn what are the different types of charts in Excel. Okay, so these all are the learning outcomes of this particular unit. Now, let's do it practically, right? So I have linked this Excel here only for our convenience and to reduce the time entering this data. I have already written all these categories over here. So here I am taking three categories, children: category 1, category 2, and category 3. I have not named it anything, I have not done anything. It's just that I have written this particular data over here, right? In this, I have written the random values only to show you that how these things are going to work, because this is because whenever I'm going to apply some kind of formula or some kind of some kind of calculation I'm going to do, I just want you to do it manually also, so that you can match it quickly. That is why this data I have uh, inserted a very simple data. Okay, now before starting doing any kind of things in our this spreadsheet, I'm going to take you to page number 127 in your book. Everyone, please look down into your books. So from here, I just want to tell you that it's just there are some things that we can, the tasks which can perform, which can be performed using these spreadsheets. These are: to arrange data in a tabular form, to perform different mathematical operations on the stored data, to maintain and analyze the data, to create MIS, that is management information system records, to generate graphs, to analyze the data, to perform financial calculations, as I was telling you before, and to manage inventory. See, this particular software is widely accepted. not only with the teachers, students, but also with the persons who are dealing with the business activities, okay, who are involved in these kind of monetary calculations every day, right? So that is why this spreadsheet is very important to learn at this stage only, so that because it is something we are going to use forever, right? So let us first understand to do for creating a spreadsheet. Okay, so it's just that you just have to click on the whether you are having LibreOffice, MS Office. As I told you, it is not at all mandatory to use a particular office suite. Okay, so as I'm showing you this, the same things can be applied in LibreOffice Calc as well. Okay, so whenever you have to create a spreadsheet, you know that you will go to the start menu, and then you will try to find out the office suite that you have already installed in your system, and then later you will go to Excel, or if you are using LibreOffice, then you will go to LibreOffice Calc. Okay, so in this way you can just click on the file and then click on the new spreadsheet, and then the new spreadsheet will be created in front of you. The same kind of things will be there in each and every spreadsheet application. Okay, whether it is Google sheets also. Okay, so you are going to have a title bar, like here also. See, I have written in my title bar as I'm displaying here, so class ninth Excel is written over there. Okay, and Excel denotes that this is the Excel application, right? So that means this is the title bar where the title of my spreadsheet as well as title of my software will be displayed. Then I have toolbar. Okay, so toolbar is something that is going to give me options in order to perform some kind of calculations or some kind of operations on my data, right? Next is bit of formula bar. Formula bar is that area where whatever formula you are going to write, that will be displayed. Okay, every spreadsheet application, no matter what it is, whether it is Excel, whether it is LibreOffice Calc, or it is your Google Sheets. Okay, so everywhere you will find a cell structure. That means it will be of rows and columns, and then cells. In this cell you are going to put the data inside. So that data, if it is a formula, then the formula bar will display the formula you are going to write. These columns are always named as alphabets ABCD, and rows are always numbered 1 2 3 4. Okay, as you can see on page number 128 in your textbook in figure 9.3, we have the same kind of structure as I have displayed on the screen right now, right? So this cell, active cell, will be that cell in which I am right now working. It will be having a dark black borders. Okay, that is not at all permanent. Once you shift from this cell to another, the active cell also changes and the border will be on the present active cell, right? So in this we have a name box also. Okay, just besides your formula bar, we have the name box. Let me show you here. See children, your this is your formula bar, and this where right now my cursor is, this is the name box which will represent right now which cell is selected. So what is the name of that particular cell? So it is B11. That means column B, row 11. So that is the current active cell. And as I have taken the green color right now for my Excel, so there is a green black, sorry, green bold border around my active cell. So that represents the active cell over here. Next, Pita, we have sheet tabs. Sheet tab is just like that. See, in every workbook is a collection of sheets, and every workbook will have some worksheets. So these sheets are displayed like sheet 1, sheet 2, and sheet 3 just on the bottom of this particular window, and that is known as your sheet tab, right? On page number 122 in your textbook, we have this sheet displayed here. Okay, in figure 9.3. So that is the sheet tab. If we are going to insert any new sheet, that will be inserted on the right hand side. You can rename these sheets also. You can do, yeah, like you can rearrange these sheets as well. So that is all up to you, but this is known as the sheet tab. After this, I want to tell you the status bar. So status bar is always located on the extreme bottom of any software. This particular bar whatever software you are using, this status bar is going to tell you the status, whether we are using the MS Word. So it will give us the total number of words, total number of lines. Currently, you are on which line. So these kind of status. Like in Excel, also we have ready mode, okay, and also we have overwrite mode. All right. So these kind of modes, we our enter mode is also there. Like right now, see, if I am selecting an active cell. So here you can see on the bottom, okay, this is known as the mode. And if I'm double clicking over it, then it is showing the enter mode. So these are the modes, or there can be an overwrite mode also. If a cell has data already in it and I'm going to double click over it, that means I'm going to change that data. Okay, so this will be your overwrite mode also. So all these things will be displayed on the status bar, right? In status bar you have this zoom in and zoom out feature also, in order to look at the data in the zoomed in or zoomed out. Next, we have the page style. Page style is basically the style of your current sheet, how you want to see it. Okay, so if you want to change anything, then you have to double click on this field, and the there is a page style. And once you will click on this page style, you will come to know that how many styles are available in your software. So modes, I have already told. Selection mode, I have told you that beta, whenever we are going to, select any cell, any group of cells, we are going to have it as a selection mode. And we have four things here: standard selection, extend selection, adding selection, and block selection. Okay, so all these things are whenever we click in a text or cell where you want to position the cursor and make the cell active. This is known as a standard selection, like we are just clicking on any cell. Clicking in the text either extends or crops the current selection. Okay, so whenever you are just clicking over the text, whatever it is written, so that is known as extended selection or extend selection. Adding selection means a new selection is added with the previous one, whether you are pressing the control key for that or you are holding the left click and then you are selecting. So this is the adding selection. And once you are blocking text, okay, you are selecting and then you are blocking the text, that is known as a block selection. All right, so this is the overview about this particular software application, right? So I have told you what are the spreadsheets, what are the sheets. Sheet 1, sheet 2. Sheets are basically the pages of the workbook, okay, and cells are the intersection of your rows and columns. Okay, children, now, as I was telling you, beta, this is a cell, right? Now I'll be explaining you page number 131, that is enter and edit text, right? So I'm telling you, look at the screen. This is my active cell right now. And if I click here, I can enter anything over here. I can enter a number 100, or in the next cell, if I want to tell you, I want to insert a data, a text basically. So I can write CCWS also, right? Very easily I have written. And I formula also, like is equals to sum. I'm writing a random formula just to show you that there can be formulas, text, as well as numbers that can be inserted. Okay. So is equals to sum. Then I'm just writing one, okay, and 1. That's it. Now 1 plus 1 is 2 only, right? So that means, and see children, when I will click here on 2, so you can see in the formula bar what formula I have inserted. So this is the purpose of your formula bar, right? So in this way, I can insert any of the data. So children, as I told you that we can insert any sort of data, and that data can be text, numbers, or a formula that can be inserted in a particular cell, right? So here on page number 131 in your book, I just want to explain one thing over here. See, numbers as it is given, it can be a number, it can be a date as well. Okay. Then formula means like whether you are adding, whether you are, the cell range or you are using the cell reference, anything can be used and you can insert the formulas also. Text means any combination of letters, numbers, and the special characters that you are going to insert inside a cell. All right. So whenever you have to insert any kind of data, children, let me tell you one thing. So like see, here I have selected this particular cell which is J7. Okay, you don't have to look for these J and 7, you can directly look into your name box and you will come to know which cell I have selected right now. Okay, so if I'm talking about right now, so see here, right now it is E10, right? So once I'm double clicking here, what I can press is control 1. Okay, control 1 is the shortcut, you can write it down somewhere. Control, and then you have to press 1. This kind of dialog box will appear in front of you, which can assist you in editing the fonts. Okay, like here you have all sort of fonts that are available in Excel that you can use. You can use italics, bold italics, everything. The size can be altered, the color can be done altered. If you want to insert superscript, subscript, strike through, all these things can be inserted, right? So this is something which is really very useful when it is available there only. Okay, this I have told you when you have already clicked inside. Okay, once you have clicked inside and you want to enter something, you want to insert these things. Okay, else you can click on this data. Okay, and then you just can use anything which is here. Okay, beta, see, whenever I'm clicking on this data, no, I have this sorting feature also, I have this filtering feature also, I can import the data from outside. So all these things can be done. I'm using this kind of category. All right. Now, if I have to see when I was double clicking, so I was having those font options. Whenever I'm just making the cell active and then I press control 1, so I have all sort of options. You can see on your screen right now, I have number. If I want to make it like a date, it gives me options. Do I need to enter like this? Sometimes you might have noticed we have got this error, no, hash value or something, this or value hash exclamation, anything like these errors. So why these errors occur? Because the data which you are going to put inside your cell, that cell was not supposed to accommodate that data inside it. So for that, control plus 1 is the key, and it will open this kind of dialog box. And from here, see, if you want to insert a special character, that can also be okay, number, currency, if you want to see symbols, all currencies we have. Okay, so if you want to use Chinese, if you want to use Australian, okay, Canada, Hong Kong, any kind of Bitcoin also we are having here. So all these things, if you want to insert the percentage, then what decimal places, alignment if you want to change of your text, font I have already explained, border if you want to apply, right, fill, if you want to fill that particular cell, okay, with any sort of color, that also can be done. Okay, see, I have filled the color right now. So all these things will be present. You just need to press control 1. Okay, one digit 1. All right. So this I have told you about how to format the data in a spreadsheet, right? Moving on to the next topic here in this, like the way I have explained you. See, beta, the dialog box which I was explaining you right now is given number 137 in your book. All right. So now moving on to, yes, this is a very interesting feature of your Excel, that is autofill feature. All right. So let me explain what is this autofill feature all about. So this is given on page number 40 in your book, right? So see children, right now I am selecting K1. Here I am writing 10. Okay. In the next cell, I am going to write 11. And if I want this counting to be continued later to the specified cell, I am going to select both. And there you can see on the bottom right corner, there is a dot. There is a square which is appearing like a dot only. And when you will move your cursor over there, it will take the shape of plus symbol, right? So once you are going to drag it down while holding the left click of your mouse, it is going to continue the counting. On the right hand side, it is showing also that right now I am on 20. So I'm releasing my click. So now the series you have seen 10, 11, 12, and so on up to 20. Now, if I'm going to write only 10 over here, okay, and then I can see again this dot or a square kind of shape on the extreme right bottom. So I'm again plus symbol is there. I'm going to drag it down to the same height where my 20 was, but now only 10 is copy pasted. Why? Because beta computer has zero intelligence or zero IQ. So computer is not going to understand what do you actually want to print. If you want to make it understand that we are going to continue the series, then you have to select minimum two digits, 10 and 11. Then computer will understand, okay, you want 12, 13, 14 in further. So if you are selecting only 10, then it is not going to take it. Autofill can also be applied on text as well. So if I'm writing Monday over here, okay, and see, if I'm just dragging it down, see what happens. Why it was there? Because beta Monday is something that will always be, preceded by Tuesday. So after Monday, Tuesday will come because Monday is recognized by the Excel software, right? But if you want only Mondays to be printed, then again you need to type it two times, okay, and then you need to select these both, and then you have to drag it till anywhere you want to write. So now computer will understand that you are not talking about the weekdays, but only one weekday is going to be repeated all over till where you are going to select. So this is like how you can use this autofill feature in order to save your time. Okay, because computers are meant to save your time, and if you are using these features, it is going to add on, right? So like this you are going to use, like this to have it, right? So this was your autofill feature, children. Now moving on to the next topic, which is the cell references, which is the actual something we are going to learn, because till now I think we were learning it in theory. So let us do it practically. Now we are going to use these categories which I have already written over here. So the data in category 1 is all ones, category 2 10, and category 3 100. So let me apply a simple formula in A7. Okay. So is equals to sum. I'm using this sum only, beta. Okay, sum. You can use capital or lowercase. Both ways it is going to work. You can write A1 in small letters also or capital letters also. It is going to work. Don't worry. Okay. So my digits, my data is starting from A2, right? And then I'm going to use this, okay, and then to define a particular range I'm going to colon symbol A2 up to A6. Now as soon as I've written A6, you can see my range is selected. So this is how I'm going to define a particular range in Excel. Okay, and once I'm using this particular range, I'll just end it with this particular bracket. This is how I'm going to apply a sum formula from the A1 to A2 to A6, right? So A2 is having my A2 is having what, beta? 1 1 1. So the sum should be 5, right? Let me press enter. So it is 5 only. All right. So this is known as applying a simple formula, right? Now, beta, I want to use this formula in category 2 as well. All right. This formula is displayed in my formula bar. This is equals to sum A2 is to, when we are saying it, this column is as is to A6. Okay. So now I'm going to, sorry, all right. So this was the formula. Now I'm going to simply click over here and I'll press Control C. Control C is used for copying a certain thing. Now I'm going to click here in category 2 and then I'm going to press Control V. Now why it has become 50? I have copied 5, but it has become 50. This is known as referencing. Here only these references are going to work. See children, reference is the other name of address. Okay, reference or addresses are used interchangeably whenever I am saying cell reference. A1 is a cell reference also and a cell address also. So here, and let us see what will happen if I'm going to copy this 50. Let me see, control C, and here there is a dotted line whenever you are going to press control C, and I'm control V over here. Why it is 500? It was supposed to be 50, because it is the it is the relative referencing. Children, we are going to learn these references, and there are three categories of it. First one is the relative. I'm writing over here so that you can have this idea. So first is beta relative, and second is your absolute, and third one is beta mixed. So we are going to learn these three. I'm just highlighting it so that it is visible. This was the editing I was doing. Okay. So these are the three types of cell referencing that we are going to learn. And let me first explain relative referencing. So whenever a formula is copied from one cell to another, the formula will change according to the change in the address or the location of the cell. Okay. See here, we were having the formula A2 to A6, right? But now the column has changed to B, so it will become B2 to B6. Now here the column was C, so formula has become, and from where I am reading this? Here. So if the formula was copied from one place to another, that is column A to B to C, so there is a relative change in the formula also. So this is known as your relative referencing. Okay, this is known as your relative referencing. Okay, now let us see what is absolute referencing. Absolute referencing means, beta, when you do not want your formula to be changed in accordance to the change in the position. Okay, that means you want 5 only to be used once you are even calculating here also. Okay, so here I am going to write the formula was A2 to A6. Here I will be writing is equals to sum. It was A2 to A6, right beta? A2 to A6. In this formula, right now it is a relative formula. If I am going to press enter, it is going to give me 5 only, right? But I am going to change something here. Okay, I'm going to change something here because it was A2 and A6 only that I have written here also. So it has given me option, it has given me answer 5 only here as well. Okay, so now I'm going to change that I want this 5, this particular area to be calculated in this cell also. I'm just deleting this 100. Okay, just wait. Okay, so I'm deleting this 500 value over here. As I told you, I was copying the same formula, no? So I'm changing this formula. I'm putting dollar sign here. Dollar sign is used to fix a particular row or a column. As you can see on the screen, so dollar sign I'm going to put here, and then I'm going to enter. So this is 5 only because there was no change. It is A2 to A6 only, and dollar sign is used. So there is no problem with with column A right now. So now I'm going to control C, and then let us put this same formula in category 3 or the column C. So it was supposed to be 500, but let us see what will be the answer here. It is 5 only. Why? In the previous example or in the previous practical, we were the formula was taking the C2 to C6 by default, but now it has not taken. It has taken the same only, and you can see check the formula bar also. It is still saying A2 to A6 with the dollar sign. Okay, so that means I have fixed the row and the column by using this dollar sign. Okay, that means that now wherever I'm going to copy this formula, it is not going to change with the relative change of its position. Okay, this is known as absolute referencing. Now coming to your mixed referencing. Okay, so here children, I want to tell you one shortcut also. So in relative, there is $0 sign. That means no dollar sign is there in your relative. In absolute, we have $2 signs. $2 sign. That means wherever I'm going to put this data, no, like $2 means beta like this. See, I have A1. A1 is the name of my cell. So A and 1, if I'm using dollar both in front of them, it will be two signs, and that means $2 signs means it is absolute. And mixed means $1 sign. You can write it also. So $1 sign means, so this is A1 is an example of your mixed, sorry, relative reference. $A $1 is an example of your absolute, and a $1 as well as $A1 is an example of your mixed cell reference. Okay, so this is how I am going to fix either the row or the column, so that whenever there will be a change in, well, whenever I'm going to copy this particular from one place to another, whatever I have fixed, that will be fixed. And if like see, I'm showing you here practically only, is equal, okay, the same formula, let us change, right? Okay, so I'm going to take the same formula and I'm going to change some things here. Okay, see, I'm going to remove this dollar from this A and this dollar from this 6. Now it is an example of your mixed referencing, because there is in the first A2, I have fixed only the row 2, and in the second, I have fixed only the column but not the row. So now I'm going to press enter. It is going to have the no effect in this. So 5 is only there. Now let us control C and control V in this category 3. And let us see what happens here. So now it is 615. And let us see in the formula bar changes it has applied. As I have done the, change in the A and 2 are fixed. So these are fixed. But C and 7, they have changed. So the formula has taken its own, uh, value by calculating, because whatever was fixed is fixed and whatever was changeable, that is changed. So this is the this is the mixed cell referencing. Okay, so these three types of cell referencing I have told you: relative, absolute, and mixed. Do try it yourself. Okay, and this shortcut is, if I'm going to ask you, identify the absolute cell referencing. So you need to see $2 signs, and do not get confused with this. If I am writing like this, A1, sorry, A dollar one is 2, or plus any symbol I'm using, whether I'm simply adding two numbers, any two cell addresses. So I'm using $A2. So this does not mean that $2 are there in an expression. So here we are not going to see the whole expression for counting the dollar signs. It can be multiple dollars also, more than two also. But we have to see the single cell address, A1, A2. So in this you have either 0 or 1 or $2 signs. Okay. So this is all about your cell references. Okay, in this way, one formula in an Excel can be copied to one or more places with your own specification, with your custom changes, right? Now let us see. See children, I'm going to select these three categories like this. Okay, I'm going to select the data till 6th row, and now I want to see it in an analysis, and rather I'm going to this selection I'm going to extend this selection to this only, and let me see what is the graphical way of looking at this data. Okay, so that means I'm talking about the charts. For this, you first have to select the data that you want to display, and then you have to click on insert tab. Okay, and then you can see for the recommended chart also, but if you don't want any recommendations from the software itself, then you can go ahead. Let me just take the simplest column, or if you want to change the subtype of particular chart, then you just have to click over the drop down menu just near to that chart type, and then you can see. So now let me just take this one. And now as you can see, this is the chart. Okay. So this is the column chart. Children, column chart is that chart where we have this data. Data will be displayed in the format of the vertical columns, right? So let us come to page number 145 in your textbook. Different types of charts. First is with a column chart that I have displayed on the screen. Next is bar chart. So if I'm going to, see, if I'm going to change this vertical lines into the horizontal ones, it is going to become a bar chart. If I have to change the chart type, I'll be showing you all types of chart here only. This is bar, and let me take this bar chart. All right, so now as you can see, I am displaying the bar chart over here. Bar chart always represents the horizontal bars to tell the data, right? And this, the first one which was above 16, this is that one beta which we have calculated in the last in your mixed referencing. Okay, so this is your bar chart. Next we have pie, area and line chart. So I am again clicking on this chart type. This is the area chart. Area chart actually shows the volume. Okay, it displays the kind of volume. Now see, if I want to select this, see like this. Okay, so it is going to tell us this is category 1, here category 2, and here category 3. Okay, so here we can see this is going to be like this. You can edit also, you can filter in this as well. Okay, so in area only, if you want to change like this, okay, so you can change like this also. Okay, so area chart is like this. The 615 is here again. Okay, then if I want to tell you this line chart is this beta which will show you the trends over the change of time. Okay, now you can see this. The blue one is of category 1, the category 2 is represented by orange color, and category 3 is represented by the gray color. Okay, which there is a sudden hike in this gray one, right? So whenever you have to see the changes of time or the latest trends or the changing trends, then you are going to use this line chart. Okay, in the same category we have xy scatter. Children, in xy scatter chart, the data points will be displayed in the form of single points. Okay, let me show you how. See, let me take this one and see. Now we have category 1 displayed with blue color, orange is for category 2, and gray color is for category 3. Now see, this point is the category 3, and this represents the hike that we have done 615, right? So that is your point number 7, that is 615. And when I'm just hovering my mouse over it, I can see the details also. So this is your xy scatter chart. Like the same way we have the radar chart. Okay, so let us come to the radar. It will be like this. It can be triangular or it can be in this shape also. Okay, I'm clicking over here. Now you can see in the form of the radar, we can see this, the data, the categories, everything is displayed over here, right? Next is with a stock column, okay, line chart. I have already bubble chart. So see, everything is here only, right? So this is the stock. You can see this stock chart also. You can use this. Maybe for this data, it is not available. Okay, something we are not able to apply this here. Okay, so maybe the data in the stock, you need to select the data according to this, because it we have to see the market trend in this. Okay, we should have an opening price, bottom price, top price, like this, and we don't have this much details in the data which we have selected. All right, so you need to learn the theory of this chart from the book only. And then we have the bubble chart. Okay, so bubble chart means that you are going to see the bubbles like more than the x, it will be more expanded than your xy chart. All right, So but I think here I don't have this bubble chart. Okay, so it will be like your Excel, it will be like that chart only where you were seeing the point values, no XY scatter chart. So bubble chart will be like that only. Okay, so it's like that, this only XY scatter. This is the bubble chart. Yes. Okay, it was in the category of XY scatter only. That is why I was telling. So these are the bubbles which I'm telling. So for each and every chart, we have the different designs which are available. So you can use any of these styles in order to, because beta, whenever we are inserting these kind of graphic symbols or pictorial representations, and hence the look and feel, okay, of the data. So you can choose these design and formats in order to make it more appealing, right? You can extend, you can increase or decrease the size of your chart also. So these were the types of charts that we have discussed, and this comes to an end of this chapter, right? Thank you so much, everyone.